Welcome back. Today we're reviewing the Temu fishing section for say. I personally just bought a bunch of weirdish lures. It's those hinged lures that kind of swim really lifelike. I was super curious. I see them all the time at Bass Pro, Amazon, and like boutique shops down here in South Florida. And they're super expensive. Like if you look online, they're like $12. Some are even $15. I got all of these for like $8 or something like that. 3 of them for $8. 3 for 8. Let that sink in. Kind of crazy. Also, it comes with money in the bag. Crazy, $100. So obviously joking, did not come with any money, but it was really cool that over a long period of time, honestly, you would save a lot of money if the quality of the product is actually good. So let's dive into the Temu app. I want to show you what basically popped up while I was scrolling through Temu and I couldn't resist, and it's going to be my orders. So let's go over to my orders. Here's all that camera equipment I was telling you about, $21. Let's see. We got a chest mount, we got that mic, we got another tripod for looks like a phone, and then on top of that we got this bundle where it has like a ton of stuff. And I don't know how that works, but that's a pretty great price. Today's review is going to be on these fishing lures for $8.64. So we got 3 separate hinged lures for $8. So let's go down here. This one is $2.69 for the one-piece multi-joint swim bait. One-piece fishing lure 3D eyes, $2.69. And fishing lure multi-jointed swim bait, $2.69. So they're $2.69 a pop. Came out to $8.64. I mean, that is a crazy, crazy deal. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not too sure how they do it. I've heard that Temu actually is manufacturers, so mostly in China. And instead of the middleman, like those drop shippers, all those guys you see on YouTube with the ads, like buy my product, buy my course, those guys, they buy from like manufacturers in China, put it on Amazon, and then mark up the price. Temu, you're just buying it from the manufacturer for the most part, is what I hear. So let's see if cutting the middleman is as good as they say in terms of quality. Other thing, we're gonna be unboxing these. I'm gonna show you them. We're gonna get into detail how they feel. We're gonna talk a little bit about whether or not it's a good deal. But the actual use of the product, like we're gonna go take them fishing, catch some fish like snook, peacock bass, cool exotic fish down here in South Florida using these Temu fishing lures that we bought. Not in this video, it's already getting late. We're gonna do it in the next video, so subscribe and then you'll see me actually use them. I'm pumped just to see how that is, to be quite honest with you. So let's open this up. They come in these like orange bags and they say like Temu all across it. But it's just like orange regular bags, kind of like Amazon does, but they're like kind of flimsy-ish. Bag doesn't matter, depends on the product. So let's go ahead and get this open. They use some pretty serious adhesive here. So right off the bat, it's like black on the inside and it's just straight to the lures. So let's see, first up, they have brands. Okay, so that's what I was gonna say, is it branded? So some are branded, some aren't. So check this out. This is actually kind of interesting. This one is branded, and I can't read what, I think it's ANES, Anes, or Ames, and it's like a fishing brand. I've never heard of it, maybe some of you guys have, but Ames, like very strange. Actually, you know what? I've purchased this before, and it was not $2.68, it was like $10 or $12. So here you have it, that's the first one. And here's the second one. This is also a hinged lure. I'm not too sure about this one. I mean, it's got 2 treble hooks, pretty good graphics on it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the graphics are pretty good. This is mimicking like probably like an up north, some sort of up north shad or something like that, I'm not too sure. And it's got like really good graphic eyes. The flipper is like a bright red. I mean, this is all kind of like just how it looks. We're not gonna really know anything about a lure until you use it, right? So. This just looks, but like, man, it kind of feels like pretty high quality, I'm not gonna lie. It's heavy. It's pretty damn heavy. Like, I thought it was gonna be super plasticky, crappy, but it's like, I don't know what it's made of. It's like either, it almost feels like wood because of how heavy it is. and it's got a lot of like action. No, this is pretty cool. So the only thing that concerns me would be probably like the hinges in between, but Temu also has like more traditional baits, like twitch baits. They have like swim baits, paddle tails. They have hooks, all sorts of gear. So I thought I'd get the weirdest thing on there, because if this is halfway decent, then for sure the other stuff is probably halfway decent. I'm not saying you're gonna get the best quality product from Temu on this stuff, but it's kind of interesting to see like just like a flappy, I don't know, it's cool. And you know for sure when we use this on the peacock bass, it's gonna swim really lifelike. It's actually super interesting, I'm not gonna lie. And the quality doesn't feel bad. But like I said, you can't really gauge the quality until you throw it in, use it, durability when it gets hit. What if a fish hits this thing and it breaks like halfway through? Then $2.68 is kind of a ripoff. So hypothetically, this thing lasts at least 3 months, something like that. It's obviously a really good purchase. So that's this one. I don't know the models. We talked about them earlier, but this is like the smaller, kind of like shad looking thing. It's like more big on the ends and more stubby. This one, I'm super excited about, I'm not gonna lie, because I saw it the moment it came out and I was thinking to myself, this is pretty badass. Like, this is sick. Because this is like a swim bait minnow. It's like a shiner. Like, this would be like a small shiner. You go to your bait shop, you're like, oh, let me get a bunch of small shiners. This is exactly what it would look like in the water. Perfectly like narrow, skinny. And this thing is like, it's painted glossy. Like, it's a nice paint job on these things. It's probably a foil that they wrap it with, or some sort of like weird wrap. I know they don't paint these things by hand, for sure not. I mean, unless they do, but there's no way they do. So this one is got like a largemouth bass pattern. I thought it was super cool. Like, when largemouth bass are spawning, I hear they like to eat a lot of smaller largemouth, like the fry. I feel like a largemouth fry in the Everglades or just about anywhere up north, like Lake Okeechobee or something, you throw this thing around in the beds, I think it would absolutely tear it up, to be quite honest with you. This is a really good looking lure. And not only is it good looking, I mean, the eyes have like a very like iridescent color, and the pattern is pretty spot on. I don't know if you've gone onto like really bootleg websites just to see like eBay or like random places. You'll order a lure and then you see the pattern and you completely regret it because you get catfished. Like, in the picture it looks like something, you buy it, it looks nothing like it. I can say that I looked at this on Temu, it looked like a little largemouth. I'm looking at now and it looks like a little largemouth. So this is a really good one. I think I'm gonna have a lot of success with this. It comes down to, will this last? I mean, for $2.68, it feels good. The hooks look awesome. You know, I have no complaints there. The paint job is realistic. The lights, I mean, the eyes are very lit up and they're iridescent, they're 3D. It looks like a real fish. Like, if a fish sees this swimming around, flapping around in the sunlight, I think they have no choice but to smack the hell out of it. It looks really, really good. The movement is fantastic. There's no blemishes. It's like, it's awesome. You know, it just depends on how it does in the water. I know it's gonna swim well. What matters is how many fish, how big of a fish, and how many times can you catch with one of them. If you could get multiple fish out of this for a couple months, like I was saying, I think that's a heck of a deal. And I can't stress enough, like, if you were here in the light, it's got such a glossy look to it. Like, the paint really, really shines. And the light on the eyes, it gives it like it's very, very well done, is what it looks like. You know, it looks very well done. These hinged lures, I've messed around with them in the past. When I meet a hinged lure, this backbone that kind of just flaps around just like that, it's made of separate pieces of the lure itself. Whatever material this is, I think it might be a plastic or wood, I can't tell. It's made of many pieces connected by one elastic piece that goes down between all of them. That piece allows it to kind of like move and wobble, which is pretty cool because it gives it that lifelike feel. So what I get scared of is maybe the elastic that's holding this whole thing together would eventually break. What I was saying, I bought one of these and it was actually this one. We haven't unboxed it yet. I bought this one on Amazon before. It didn't come with that brand, but I'm telling you, it is the exact same pattern. It's supposed to be like a shiner, like some sort of shad. And it's basically like this, except this is the largemouth bass baby fry pattern. And then this is like a shiner pattern. It's the same thing, but it's jumbo. It's just bigger. So this one I've purchased before on Amazon. I don't have it anymore, and it worked really well. It was very durable. I don't know about catching fish, but the quality was good. Worked well. You know, it did catch a couple fish, like peacock bass. I didn't have much luck with the largemouth, but the peacock bass tore this thing up. So the reason I wanted to do a Temu review in the first place is we all know you buy a lure, you go to Walmart, mirror lures are like, where I shop, a mirror lure, a twitch bait mirror lure is like $7.25 right now at Walmart. So you go to other places and it's even more expensive. Bass Pro has them for like almost $8 or already $8. So the Temu could be an actual game changer in the fishing industry, because if these things hold up, if I take these out fishing tomorrow and this holds up, it's a game changer. I got 3 lures for $8 versus your average twitch bait, let's say Miro, Rapalas, all these other name brands. Obviously I'm gonna still buy those, but if I'm gonna go flip around in an area where there's a ton of branches and there's trees everywhere, like those times when you take out the tackle box, you know what you wanna throw, but you see all of the trees around you and you're thinking to yourself, should I take out the $10 twitch bait or should I just blow up, you know, a $2 Temu, you know, setup? I think I'd rather throw the Temu setup in a risky spot. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not gonna turn my whole tackle box into Temu lures. It's more of a substitute for using my, you know, $10+, $8+ lures that I don't wanna just lose in trees all day long. So that's what the Temu, you know, hype for me is about. I don't know if other people also are thinking that same way, but to me it's saying, if I could give Temu $2 and they will give me a somewhat good product that lasts, you know, at least 4 trips, to me it's worth it. $2.68 to save the $10 lure from getting stuck in the tree or cut off in a weird area, and to catch fish, I'm all about it, to be honest. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up then. I just wanted to give you guys a kind of crystal ball look into what the Temu world is all about. Subscribe, like I said, that way you guys can keep up with all the other videos related to what we just talked about. In the future, I am going to do that chest mount review. I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like, because we did get a lot of stuff for 20 bucks. I mean, you guys saw it. That's a lot of stuff. So that one, honestly, I'm not too sure how the quality is going to be, because I can't even believe that. You go on Amazon and a chest mount is already like 15 bucks, 11 to 15 bucks. And I got all that stuff, 2 chest mounts, a ton of accessories for 20 bucks. Kind of crazy. In my opinion, there's no way that stuff is good quality, but we're going to find out. Subscribe to know. Thanks, guys.